That thing has crapped everywhere on the boat. Oh my God, that's so sick! I think this is a job for Dexter, the blood spatter analyst. A little wind out of the west, up here in the Banana River, middle of summer. Typically it's usually slipped calm out here, and today we got a little bit of a westerly breeze. Should be good.
Ready, ready, ready.
Let's do it, man.
We're gonna go find some tarpon.
Huh?
You can go find some tarpon?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's get out of this wind.
In today's world, you know, there's a lot of costs. Gas prices are going up, the economy is going down. And I think, you know, a lot of people don't have the wherewithal to go out and do, you know, some of the larger scale fishing, whether it's in big center console offshore, you know, or the boats with the larger motors and stuff. So I thought it'd be really cool to take all kinds of different small vessels and go see how many bodies of water we could fish, number one, and how many different species of fish we could catch. And really, that's what this whole trip was all about, was downsizing and simplifying everything and seeing what we come up with. I love fishing out of little boats, man. It's so much fun. It's so intimate to the water, you know?
Yeah.
Easy to pull.
I agree. Well, some of the canals that we are gonna go into, like, they're, you know, they're windy and small, tight.
Yeah.
So we should be able to get that in there. Not many people can get into them. Jose and I's history of fishing together has been a little simple. I kind of think that I like the simplicity of a pocket full of tackle, a rod or two maybe, a canoe, a kayak, get out there, explore. Obviously we don't live in some, you know, exotic land. We're right here in Merritt Island. As you look around Brevard County, you look at maps, you find little ponds, you find little creeks. There's a lot of neat stuff close to our house. And you start looking for little places that are off the map. Maybe we can get through that cold.
There they are, see
I saw it. Good. I told you. I see two.
I've known Derek for a long time, and you know, he and I have done a lot of work together over the years, and we've done a lot of fishing together over the years, and we have a history of getting whatever watercraft we can, anything that floats just about, and taking it and just literally put it right back here behind his house in the canal, and gone out and found really some amazing fishing. There's another, see that little group right there?
Happy little tarpon. And I see them further down than that too, buddy. There's some happy fish.
Is that them?
Yeah, so here, let me move you. Little gulper there.
You see how they're kind of like bloop, bloop, bloop on down the canal?
No, they keep luring us down there,
Yeah.
further and further.
At that point you say, okay, either we're moving the fish down the canal with the boat, or the fly line is scaring those fish on further. They end up like, you know,
Just keep pushing
they
and
keep pushing down the bank and stuff. I just wonder if it's like this fly line kind of going over them is moving them. They're maybe hypersensitive or something.
Let's try a big splat with the spinner with that.
Oh,
with
yeah.
that little soft bait.
Yeah, you know what? I really think that's probably a really, really, really good idea.
Yeah.
So just on a whim, let's switch gears and use spinning tackle, because that line is much thinner, much lighter. You can actually reach out perhaps a little bit further. You can get it into some of the little nooks and crannies because of the close quarters of that canal. And we really didn't do anything different except went from fly fishing tackle to a spinning rod with a swim bait on it. Were they around this little?
Oh.
What was that?
Tarpon. It jumped on the rail of the boat. Oh, you're on. Attaboy, Daddy-o.
Sweet goodness. Sweet tarpon, delicious goodness. You know, you like to feel vindicated, okay? You know, we have a plan.
Oh,
We're gonna go catch a little tarpon and stuff. And you know, there's something about these little fish in these tight communities that you start moving too much, moving the boat too fast, laying your fly line too much, ripping it out of the water and putting it down. You see it just started moving them down here.
Right.
Then we started fishing this spinning rod with a super light line, right? And you notice how close those fish get. We almost had one jump in the boat.
Right.
You know? I just think, the boat is stealthy enough, but then the tackle, we were right to kind of go down to this lighter tackle, and these are our future big tarpon. Beautiful little creatures. A little tarpon, there's something super magical about them. That's a beautiful fish, man.
Man, victory.
God, that's nice. Nice, happy goodness. I don't care that it's red hot or not. We kind of caught him in your backyard. We had set out on one of these exploratory trips. We had gotten a couple paddle boards, never fished on them before, so we'd loaded them in the back of the truck, launched the boards, and actually, went out and pulled down the shoreline that would have been otherwise very hard to get to any other way. And, there were fish there. They weren't really doing the right things. I felt I fished them pretty good,
I thought you did too. What was a nice tail? Yeah.
Frustrating. It's so funny, everybody thinks that, oh man, we're gonna go exploring and we're gonna find this new body of water, and man, you're gonna get there and it's gonna be just gangbusters. The fish are gonna be besting the bottom out of the boat, and most of the times, exploring does not turn out that way. Oh my gosh, they're gonna be everywhere. They're right around the corner, let's paddle, and then let's put this boat over the dike, and then we're gonna pull some more, and then we'll get out and wade to them.
Oh yeah.
And at the end of the day, here we are.
Here we are. Oh.
But, for me, that day was still a success, even if we didn't catch a fish, because, we figured out the road to get there. We figured out which, canal to pull down to get out to that flat. We saw what the fish were doing on that particular day. I bet you we go back there on a flat, calm day, and we're gonna smoke them. The only thing that made it frustrating is that the fish weren't biting.
Yeah.
If you don't go, you don't know. And if you don't go and spend some time there, you'll never learn it. And you'll always be relying on other people to tell you where the fish are.
It's the only way I can think of to get up there now, so it's fast.
I thought it'd be just kind of cool to get the scungiest, grungiest boat we could find, and we borrowed one from a friend of ours.
Let's try to get most of the bugs and snakes out of it too.
Get the scungiest boat we could find, huck it in the back of the truck, take it somewhere.
Try to get as close as possible because we're gonna have to march through the nastiest mud.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's bad.
Pull it to a flat and put on a big old chunk of bait and huck it out there in the most rudimentary, simplistic approach to fishing that you can have.
If our mission today is just to take a heap and go catch a fatty, I don't care how we do it.
I don't either, especially if we're seeing them, What do I do, throw this about 5-6 feet in front of them?
Yeah, you can, you saw that those fish weren't spooky at all though, so, you can give them a splat, but just keep it still and scoot it under their nose. That seems appropriate for the boat that we're on today. I would make it just a little bit smaller just to make you work a little more.
Oh, wait.
No, that's the good piece.
How's that?
I think that's good. You can hook them right up through the lips.
What do you think?
Dude, seriously, it'll work.
All right. We don't go to these places blindly. For us, there's always a process, and that process usually is looking at a map, an overhead view, and a lot of times not a chart, but a satellite image of the area that we're fishing. Because if you've had luck in a certain type of water, in some of these inland ponds and stuff, if you look at those ponds, there's something to them that connects to something else that are highways for the fish to get in and out of. And then we make an expedition out of launching a little boat and getting to that one pond that we saw on Google Earth and just fishing that.
Okay, there's one straight off the bow. Look at me. He's facing away there. His tail just popped.
Can you see him in the
see
water?
See his weight going up, right? Can you get it in front of him?
I can try.
From there. Oh, seriously? That was a gimme. You know, it's funny, it's like all day long, that's a nice fish. But then when you see those
big old piggies.
Yeah, you can't help but.
But what, not appreciate this one?
Well, I want to appreciate them a lot, but.
Are you kidding me? I'm having the time of my life right here.
It's sight fishing with instant gratification. You don't have to work quite as hard.
You know, every redfish is a beautiful one.
Gotta love it.
You know what? He ate bait, he pulled line, and he bent rod, and I am happy. The whole purpose of this trip together with Derek was just to get into small boats and different boats, you know, some paddle boards, you know, some technical skiffs like the Hell's Bay, and you know, just whatever that floated, and tried to do something different every day in a slightly different body of water.
Oh, right there, 12 o'clock. That dimple. No, the far dimple. That's a fish.
I see the fish.
Coming at you.
I see him, I see him.
He's coming in. Twitch it a little. In the back of something. He's still there, right there. Coming at you. Oh no, it is a ram. Oh my gosh, that is a ram. Look, there's another one beyond you. Okay, look, 12 o'clock.
There's another one. Swimming left, right?
Yep, swimming left right now. Oh, it's a big one.
Tankers are us.
That thing ate it under the bow.
Tankers are us. Quit attacking the boat, dude.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That was sweet.
Look at that big old fatso, dude. Oh, dude.
Yeah. Say what you want about bait.
Yeah.
But that would tell me that wasn't thrilling. You still sight fish.
That was thrilling, exciting,
yeah,
awesome. And we're a little redfish, you and your sneaky self.
Man, that was well played, Jose.
Thank you, brother. You know, like that other fish was a foot. Would you say a foot and twice as fat as this one?
Yeah, way fatter. He had, I mean, huge shoulders on that thing too. People can say what they want about bait, but
you know what? I think it's just fun to catch them.
We've been working hard lately, and let's just come and just have fun for a little bit and not put any elitist stuff on this.
Sometimes it's good to get down and dirty. Down and dirty redfish.
I agree.
It's all about reading the fish. You find yourself in a situation where you're trying to catch a tarpon on fly and it's in a confined area. You see those fish reacting in a negative way. I think that's the time to put the fly rod down and get yourself a very small, light spinning rod with a little small swim bait that's on braided line. You can cast it on down the canal and lay that line over the fish without spooking them and have a chance at catching some fish that normally would have been difficult to get a hook into. There's other times in the middle of the day, redfish are laying low on a flat. Instead of using a fly or artificial, which they're probably not going to bite, I think that's the time to pull out a larger spinning rod, get a hook out of your box, and put a hunk of bait on there and throw that bait in front of that fish and try to attract that fish by scent. There's other times still where you're in a super shallow water environment, there's heavy vegetation, you have some fish that are tailing. The fly really is the best choice, and all you got to do is look through your box of flies and try to figure out which fly is going to work the best in that situation. Is that a redfish?
I'm not sure what that is. Something moving. We're talking about this one, right?
Yeah,
here.
that's him.
That's going away from us?
He's going away from us now. Let's see what he does. See him heading left now?
Yeah.
Coming back at us now?
Okay, yeah.
Yep. Heading back left. Slow it down. Now. Now.
Oh! Gosh, darn it.
He's still okay. He's after it. I think that pink color
Let's switch it.
Created a very adverse reaction in that fish.
He's like, okay. Let's switch this like, I think this thing.
All right, so use that then.
What do you think of that?
I just think anything that floats is going to be better than anything that sinks.
You think that's good?
Try it. I just saw one fish tail up there like crazy. Another one tailing up here.
We're in this bay. There's redfish tails everywhere. Every corner you went around, every grass mat, everything you looked at, there was a tail popping. We're trying to figure out what flies to throw at them.
Strip it fast.
Come on.
Mommy.
Seriously? All my hopes and dreams.
You're good. Told you that fly stinks.
I'm gonna throw the whole fly rod at you. God. I'm changing flies. The longer we stayed into these little coves and pockets, and we'd turn a corner and there'd be more tails, and I'd get another shot to them, and denied. It seemed like every corner, every turn that I got to, I was shut down. We kept going through, you know, changing out flies. Oh, maybe we'll try this one. What do you think about this one? Jose would give me like, you can try it.
Try it.
The more I get frustrated, we keep pulling around this canal, and I keep picking out flies out of the box. He didn't really seem to be confident about anything that I was tying on.
These redfish up here, you know, they can be easy sometimes, but a lot of the times they're very, very tough. And these redfish are in the weeds, so their eyeballs are in the weeds. You know, there's weeds everywhere. And even when you get a lure in front of one of those fish, you go strip, and you've got a big hunk of weed on your fly. So it's a really challenging situation.
Are you kidding me? Oh. The sun's going down. I'm at the end of my rope. Jose, what would you tie on? He thinks about it a little bit. He's like, tie on something orange and brown. Okay, thanks. So we open up the box, we go through the flies. This one looks good. I think I would tell you to tie on this one.
He's still there, buddy. He's still there. Just relax. Is it a redfish?
It is. Guaranteed.
Got it. He got it. Tip up, way up high. Get it up off the weeds. Way to feed him, buddy. Way up high, because he's got you wallered in the weeds. Don't pull hard. Don't pull hard. You have about 28 pounds of weeds on there.
I just want to touch him, Jose.
I know you want to touch him, bro.
Oh, he's a fine one, too.
Yeah. Do you want me to come up there and help you?
Yes, please.
Get back up behind me. Pain in the butt.
Come on, Daddy, Come on, this is a moral victory for me. Don't
shake the weeds off the tip.
Don't be careful with my fish.
I'm trying to be careful with your fish, but ow, he hit me. All right, go ahead and fight your fish.
Oh. I have never been so happy to get a bite in my entire life.
You know, we really worked hard for you.
Hold on a second. I need a moment of pause, please, really. Oh. Holy moly, I thought that was never, ever.
Is it gonna happen?
Ever going to happen.
You know, you fed him.
I'm not even believing that it finally happened.
That is a fine specimen. Look at how golden he is. Derek, you did it! You know, it's not like this is a great big monster fish.
No.
But you know, the way, you know, all the frustration level just to get to this point, just to catch him and to, look. Hold on to your fish for a second.
I'm afraid I'm gonna
These are all the flies we went through before we figured out the right one to catch him.
And look what it ate.
And look what it ate, this big orange thing. It wasn't a big fish, but the fact that we were able to go through all that frustration, and I think that's what's really neat about fishing with Derek, is that he's had to kind of, you know, simplify things and fish in little boats. For me, the take-home message of that is that, you know, you don't really need to go on these, you know, big, long, exotic trips or have a great big boat to have a good time in the outdoors and to get in touch with nature. Sometimes, literally, you can just find it in your own backyard. One of my favorite forms of fishing ever is to go out in the Gulf and time it when the tunas and bonitas migrate through a certain area that a bunch of shrimp boats are in, because what happens is that those shrimp boats drag at night, bring their nets onto the deck, and they clean all the shrimp out of the catch, and then the back catch goes back into the water. There's all sorts of tunas, sharks, and bonitas that gather right there behind the shrimp boat.
Woo! Yeah!
You look at all that water out there, and it's just this big, broad expanse, and the only thing that seems to break it is this shrimp boat.
Oh my gosh, dude, this is a frenzy.
Oh my God, that's so crazy. Look at them all.
Big bruiser tuna, Josh.
So the shrimp boat really is a form of floating structure, even when it's not producing food. So you never know really what's going to swim out from underneath that floating structure. Okay, get him, get him. Got it. Holy moly, look at the size of that cobia.
Nice, good, yes sir.
Yeah!
Vida Del Mar was brought to you by the Florida Keys and Key West. Come as you are.